I mean, in so many games, it's we're gonna go kill what's in the tower. A proper goddess would fuck the monster up. Actually, you know something? The image of I have to complain about the image of monsters as being inherently evil or children of darkness, and therefore, so
Bjorn the Behemoth. His name is Bjorn.
Okay.
And when he was young, he's a baby Bjorn.
He was Bjorn, baby Bjorn?
Yep.
I agree.
Okay.
The Monster Mountain. What does he eat?
How does he eat? I mean, what quantity of food must a behemoth moose eat if a behemoth moose would survive?
Yeah.
And anyway, so I have issue with the entire concept here, because their entire concept is all monsters are inherently evil.
Yep.
Okay? Which means that, okay, in this world, with the light having supremacy, gives monsters the ability to choose if they're good or not. If they're light or dark. They have the capacity to be light. Behemoth, can you do the fandango?
Alright, we got some new weapons.
I don't know that you could use a kazap on him. Anyway, but yeah, so you know, they have a choice to some degree about whether or not they're going to actually be whether or not they're going to actually be good or bad in this world, because you know, they don't talk about it, but I'm sure that there were instances of monsters who decided to be bad or evil, you know, and they were dealt with, you know. But in some ways, you sit there and you have this whole, oh, well, you know, this world, you're the product of the darkness. You're inherently darkness. You have no other choice. Whereas as humans, you always have that choice. Which you could sit there and say is probably the reason why the darkness was winning. Because they had a better healthcare plan.
That's always the case.
That's always the case. Darkness always seems to have a better healthcare plan because, you know, fucking stupid.
We got some good gear coming in here. So much so that we're actually kind of low on funds.
Well, do the best you can.
I guess we'll go with the silver shield because we can actually use that.
And dental and cookies. You know, that is a fair point. They probably do have dental. And you know something? When you've got dental, you know, it's difficult for anybody to sit there and deal with anything when you have an abscess.
True.
An abscess makes everything difficult. You can't deal with that. Just, you know. But yeah, so anyway, the point is that you sit there and you get to this point with this entire story that in this world, monsters are given a choice whether they're good or bad. But otherwise, they have no choice. Whereas humans do, and that's probably why, you know, there were enough dark people in humanity who were willing to go dark, just because maybe it gave them more power, prestige, or what have you.
Well, you see, darkness has to actually work on recruiting, while the light tends to have an easier deal with it.
Well, you know, the thing is that, you know, the thing is darkness has to have a degree of corruption, or a degree of aspiration to power, in order to get leeway. So, I mean, all you need is somebody who's never had enough to live on, and all of a sudden you have a great... I mean, it's like, it's essentially the... Why did Darth Vader go to the dark side?
Better healthcare.
Better healthcare. He'd lived a life growing up where he was treated like shit, like he was a nobody, and he had nothing to live on. His mother dies, and you sit there and you see, it's like, here, we're gonna give you a healthcare plan. We're gonna give you like 12-figure income. You're gonna get your own starship. And
heck,
shit,
I'd come
you
over for
get
that.
not only that, you get an entire contingent of people working under you that you get to, you know, boss around and shit. Guess what? Power, authority, and money. Ta-da!
Fair.
You have found the way to get somebody to go to the dark side. Whereas the light just requires some degree of purity.
Yeah. Most people get kind of indoctrinated to it, so like I said, the dark side has to actually do active recruitment.
Well, not only just active recruitment, they have to have something that can actually be tangible. Because are you going to sit there and join the crew that sits there and says, oh yeah, in about 20 years, then we'll give you about 3 guys who are going to work under you that you can call Larry, Moe, and shit. And you can tell them what to do. Versus, we're going to give you 5,000 people who are working under you. You're going to be higher ranked than all of these motherfuckers. And hell, you can fucking kill them. We don't care. You see that general over there? You're higher ranking than him. Go kill him.
You can just sit
Have
there and
fun with that.
Yeah.
Like, my God, you would win me over with that.
See you soon.
See that person who annoyed you in traffic like 6 days ago?
You can just reach out and choke.
You can just force choke him to death.
And it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. No kind of nothing against you. You're not gonna sit there and take any kind of damage socially, monetarily, or any of that. You can go force choke anybody you fucking want, as long as it's not the Emperor or the Goddess of Darkness. You can fucking kill anybody. No biggie.
They've got so many fewer people, so they actually need to invest in them.
Randomly killing general seems like a waste to me generally.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I see what you did there. Darkness gives people time and space for personal growth. Certain amount of truth to that, but they also give them power and authority. And I think that is the initial draw. Power, authority, and wealth. That trifecta is what usually is you know, because the people who are more likely to be drawn towards that are already have a degree of corruption, because they know how important these facets are to just survival. And they're like, well, if I have those things, I can protect people close to me. But oftentimes, even though they have these things, they're not able to protect people close to them because they either ostracize themselves, injure the people around them, or outright kill unintentionally. You know, it does allow for personal growth, but the thing is there has to be enough to buy. There has to be the buy-in.
What can I do for you?
The buy-in is what gets people in the door. You know, you're either hurting yourself tactically.
Ready?
Oh God, I'm too far away from my computer. If they've earned their position with skill, or politically, if they receive their position via status, and there's only so many you can kill before you get the idiots who are pushed forward because they're actually competent and don't want to die. Eventually leading to the exclamation, "I'm surrounded by idiots."
Or I'm surrounded by assholes. We're all assholes, sir.
Yeah,
Choose
all
wisely
assholes.
now. Let's see what we can do.
I'm trying to clear some inventory space.
Well, and actually, I would actually go a step further with that 8 escape. How much of I'm surrounded by idiots is I'm surrounded by people who don't agree with me.
Choose wisely now.
And I can only kill so many of them. But yeah, like, it's fine to sit there and be like, you know, I'm surrounded by idiots. But how much of that is accurate? Is it an accurate case of
Choose wisely
yes, you
now.
are surrounded by people who are cognitively and functionally stupider than you? Or are you just mad because the people around you don't fucking agree with you?
True.
That was more nepotism but it's also leads to
Do
keep
come
firing,
again.
assholes.
That was a great movie. Mel Brooks, once again.
The kingdom needs your help.
Got the ice cream for ice cream.
Well done.
I got a clump of fairy fluff. Hey, no eating her, the cord. So I've got like a shitload of quests I have to do.
Happy hunting. Take care.
No. Back. Freddy, you cannot eat her cord. So I might as well see kind of what's up with all this. Okay, some more story stuff about Helix having run off.
You're right.
He's heartbroken, ain't he?
All right.
Hello there. Some post came for you.
Okay, so little kid gets some ice cream. We have done a good deed for the day.
Hey.
Search for any message of Velasco's name.
Okay. Final update on the spider with 3 legs. It has died.
Yay?
I feel kind of bad for it because I allowed it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Velasco.
It's an exclamation of idiocy surrounding tends to follow from people failing.
So
People being dumb.
So Velasco was a well-known sorcerer 2 centuries ago, burned his people's village to the ground, and then disappeared.
What?
So he's a 200-year-old lunatic?
With an unhealthy obsession with the powers of darkness.
Got it.
He'd escape. That's a fair enough position to take, where you nurture your talents of your inner circle, depending on how typically evil they are, and that may be more dangerous. And K-Shizzle says that I have blood on my hands. Yeah.
Stone Cloud's many things, but Watertight's not one of them.
I'm gonna be honest, you know. Okay, saying that I would try to trust my trusted lieutenant because he was my trusted lieutenant.
That's from the Evil Overlords list, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have to keep him under your thumb to some degree, but you have to keep yourself from alienating him. And that's a really difficult line to draw on the side of evil. I think that's an easier line to draw when you're trying to be on the side of good. Because you're trying to be good, but when you're evil, fuck it. What's there to lose?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go a step further with, like, Darth Vader. He's got, like, you know, chintzy evil, or chintzy, you know, hokey religion to sit there and fall back on, so if anybody really pisses him off, he can just force choke them.
True.
You know?
Alright,
so he can have his trusted lieutenant until his trusted lieutenant turns on him, and as long as he doesn't have the force behind him, he can still be ended.
True. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and try and get, well, okay, definitely don't want to stand there for that. We're gonna try and get a bigger equipment bag so I don't have messages like the one I just got where they're like...
You don't have enough space.
Yeah. So to do that, I need to kill all 3 of these things.
Okay, being an evil command position is a really annoying balancing act between amusement and competency.
That's fair.
But you know something, I would actually go so far as to say that that's how it is no matter what you are, as far as in a command position. Whether you're a commander of a military force or a commander of in a work environment.
Yeah.
You know, you get the wrong person on your bad side, and all of a sudden shit just starts going to hell. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's pretty much. I'm sure that's pretty much all of the.
Yeah. I love the fact that the troll was just sitting there and waiting for us to do this.
Hey, I was waiting for you. You ready?
Excuse me. There's a chest. I'm ignoring you now.
Money.
Minky mud.
Good. I mean, you know, I think that it's just easier when you're sitting here and you're like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, because you can always play everything off as, I'm not trying to be an asshole, this is coming from above me.
That's usually a fairly good strategy.
That's a fairly good, that's a fairly competent strategy. Whereas when you're evil, when you're like, okay, say you're going full chaotic evil, okay, who do you sit there and say, who is your boss that you sit there and you're saying, oh yeah, this guy sat there and said, I had to do this. Well, you're fucking chaotic evil. You could sit there and say, fuck no, I'm not gonna do that. But you choose not to. Mm-hmm. You know? Now, that could be expediency or whatever, but...
Yeah.
You're also choosing not to. And there's one thing that people don't like. They don't like feeling like they're expendable. They like to feel like they're at least, to some degree,
value.
To some degree, either of value or importance.
The kingdom needs your
And when
help.
you can't deliver on that, that's really difficult. The only option you have at that point is wealth, monetary, power, and prestige. And those are the things you end up having to rely upon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you think that the general in Star Wars thought that he was going to be force choked by Darth Vader? Fuck no. He said there, he was like, I'm a fucking general. I got nothing to worry about. Oh, wait, I said something to the wrong person, and all of a sudden he's force choking. How does this always happen?
True. Okay.
Okay, K-Shizzle, it was good to see ya. Have a good night.
So let's see. We're gonna do a little bit more questing. Let's see. We got a quest in Caliburg to get more monster slots.
It was good to see ya. Hopefully we'll see you next week. If you can manage it with your schedule. We understand how that is.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna save all the stuff where we have to kill X number of monsters for
some side questy.
Yeah, off screen
damage.
Basically.
Damage control. I'm gonna go and do it.
Yeah, well, nope. Not gonna make people sit there and watch as I try to hunt down like 60 laughing bags or something. Because that would be boring.
You should go get that, there's a stone. A zap stone directly behind you.
Oh, this?
Yes.
Ah, good point.
This will make it easier.
Yeah, there'll probably be sometime we have to defend this area.
Dang it, I'm trying to come up with a point so the debate can continue, but I'm coming up dry. I agree, though. See, this is one of those things that I'm really good at. I'm really good at analyzing and coming up with a cognitive understanding of reality within these kind of things.
Yeah. Well,
and it's really difficult to argue.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
oh, yeah.
What do you have outside of that? And I recognize that. It's a really difficult thing to continue.
Yeah, I actually read a fantasy book a while back that actually had somebody who basically got like an evil overlord's guide. Like, the darkness was tired of losing, so it wrote a how-to guide of being an evil overlord. And not like the bulleted rule list that you get with the actual evil overlords list.
Overlord's list of stuff.
Yeah, but like, I think it was like a sentient guide that would sit there and be like, okay,
updates.
now you need to do this. No, don't do that. That's how, listen.
That's how we keep losing. Come on.
Don't do this. Ooh, something of bat acquired.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those problems with the good-evil paradigm. Mm-hmm. Is that Oh, he's asking what is this series?
Oh man, I had to look through. It was a Kindle. I read it on Kindle some time ago, so I'm trying to think. But unfortunately, we've like got literally 100, hundreds of books on Kindle. So like, wait, which one was it?
Yeah, we'll look it up and see if we can throw it out there. But
Ooh, there's a golem.
But yeah, I mean, well, I imagine that's probably one of the most difficult aspects of, that's one of the most difficult aspects of good versus evil, because good has, usually utilizes, like, you're trying to protect something, you're trying to protect a group of people, a general population. Also the good guy theory of, I'm gonna call it the good guy theory of, when you win, you sit there and you get endorphins because you've done good. It's kind of like when your parents give you praise as a child, that you feel good about yourself because you got praise. And I think that's kind of one of those things that it feeds on itself.
Yeah.
So you have that on the side of light, whereas the things that the darkness tries to give you are tangible items that you're like, oh well, we'll give you power, money, and prestige, and we'll give you these kinds of things that can give you power, authority, control, money.
Yeah.
All of these things they're tangible things, but they're not necessarily going to make you happy.
Yeah. So okay, the book. The book was actually The Dark Lord's Handbook by Paul Dale. And there's been a couple of
continuations.
Yeah.
You haven't read the continuations, have you?
I think I've read one of them. I wonder if there's a third one now. And that's part of the problem with Kindle books. Is they're like, okay, I've read this book, I liked it, and then it's like, oh wait, I have no way of knowing if there's a...
There are 3.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've read the latest one. It just came out in March, so...
But yeah, The Dark Lord's Handbook. But yeah, I mean, it's... I guess it's feel-good emotional, or superiority, or the right thing kind of situation, versus here's tangible physical things that you can be given.
Yeah.
Which really, bringing it back to the story that we're currently playing, what the hell is the dragon offering this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Emperor Zoro.
Well, you're gonna actually be Emperor Zoro instead of being like a random motherfucker who's running around in gothy makeup.
But he seems to be almost near immortal because he killed off his entire village and burned it to the ground. He's the only one left who's a child of darkness.
Yep, he's more than 200 years old.
He's over 200 years old, which I'm
looking
sorry,
very well
suggesting
preserved.
that right there is suggesting that he's got a degree of immortality. He also looks like, I'm going to sit there and say it straight up, he looks like he's been corrupted. Something has corrupted him, and I'm going to take a guess that it's probably, because I don't remember the game and how everything ends, so I can't totally spoil it. But that there's some kind of corruption that went on, that maybe he found something or whatnot that, corrupted him and left him open to the Dark Dragon. Whether that's the case or not, doesn't really matter. Because, fuck it, that's why. And as far as we can tell, there's outside of the tangible of, we're going to give the...
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, my throat hurt. Oh, that hurt. Felt like something was stabbing me in the back of the throat right there.
Well, yeah, so when you sit there, you put that all in, you're like, okay, so what is he being offered outside of power?
Well, evidently that's enough.
Well, I mean, apparently power is all he needs.
Makes me think of Skyrim, where you ask somebody for power, and he's like, listen, you already have more power than just about anything that isn't a dragon.
You have more power than most of the gods and dragons.
Yeah, unless you're a giant flying, building-sized monster, you've got more power than anything other than that. And even that's
I don't know
debatable.
what you want me. I don't know what you want me to do to increase that. You're already at the peak of your game, motherfucker. I don't know what I can do to help you.
Yeah. Oh, we found the monster we were looking for.
But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of one of those cases that it's you know, this in some ways this does and doesn't follow that kind of cognitive understanding with darkness. I mean, I would outright guess that he is moving under, you know, Emperor Zoro there is moving under an assumption that he's going to be some kind of high-ranking authority, like an emperor on Earth, just below the god.
Yep.
You know, I think that's what he's moving under. That's actually probably why he killed off his village and burned it to the ground. You know? And so, you know, that's fine, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't understand. Maybe this is one of those things. It's a personal issue, I think, that I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because usually with evil, there's the exorbitant wealth, exorbitant power, exorbitant authority.
Mm-hmm.
You know, essentially, it's far more than you could ever need to live on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because that's kind of a reasonable reality with that, because you've either had so little or you've had so much and it's been taken away.
Mm-hmm.
That you want to get back to that, so it has to be some kind of large quantity.
Okay.
Power or wealth.
Happy hunting.
That's going to draw you back to dark, or draw you into the darkness completely.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I'm still sitting here on the side, and I'm like, well, what if you sit there and you try to find a guy? I mean, has there ever been a story? And you would know this more than I, more likely.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been a story about a guy who was like the average Joe,
Mm-hmm.
who the darkness tried to corrupt, and was like, here, we're gonna give you all this stuff, and he was like,
I hope you
well, that's great and all, that's nice, and I would like that, but here's the thing, this is what you're offering me, this is what I need to survive and be happy. Can you just give me this to be happy, because that's all I want?
Please,
You know,
take
but
this.
then again, I sit there and I think about it. What person would sit there and say no to winning the fucking lottery, even if they know it's going to totally ruin their fucking lives?
Very few.
Because, you know, we have this great image of the lottery. Even though the lottery is like,
It sucks.
sucks.
Fact.
But yeah,
Oh, we got a new Aqualad for defeating the Marquis de Leon.
but yes, so, I mean, this,
Congratulations.
you know, I think way too hard on this stuff.
I guess so.
Sometimes.
And a diversity award for all the monsters we recruited.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do
Come
spend
again?
too much time thinking about this kind of stuff, but it's kind of interesting when you actually sit there and dig into it. You're like, huh.
Mm-hmm. So we got 55 points. We can get Kirill Demon Spear.
Sharon's bow, Wyvern wand.
It's a lot of wisdom bonus. Orihaukum gauntlets, we aren't anywhere near on those, but they're very nice. And a Metal King shield.
Huh?
Purchase value not for sale.
Too damn much for you.
Yes.
Beyond your pay grade. I don't care that you are traveling with the king. It is beyond your pay grade.
Fact. Let's see, and then various recipes we could get, but you know what?
When's the last... I'm going to ask this, because I
Farewell
don't know
for
that you
now.
heard me earlier. When's the last time you did upgrades on their abilities and spent points?
We did it a little while ago.
That must have been
Hello
when
there.
I wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
Some post came for you.
Kiss your luggage, worries goodbye. A lot roomier.
What? Wait,
See you later.
We finished a quest to get more monster slots. So that'll come in really handy.
yeah, but I was part of your party, so that...
She just feels like she needs to be formal and send a letter. Okay, and with
You know,
that...
this is a different time.
yeah. And with that, I reckon we'll call it, because there's a bunch of quests we have to deal with, and then we'll continue the story next week.
Sounds like
I think we went through, like, 2 whole areas, so it's a pretty good night's work.
I agree. I mean, I think that it was quite enjoyable. I enjoyed everybody coming out.
Yep.
Because, you know...
It's good to get back to it.
It is. It is nice to get back to it, especially after a week off.
Even if it wasn't the happiest place on Earth. Literally.
I was pretty happy there.
So?
It was the coming home that was
That was rough.
the rough part.
But okay, so have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you later.
Have a nice evening. See you next week.